Hello everyone, it's Karina with Karina Loves to Plan. Welcome back to my channel. I am here for a little pen review. The people from Wordsworth and Black reached out to me and asked if I wanted to test their pen. And normally when it comes to reviewing things or being asked to review things, I don't say yes to everything, but I wanted to give this a try. This is a pen that is found on Amazon, both Canada and in the US, and I've seen other people on YouTube review this pen, so I wanted to give this a try. So thank you to those at Wordsworth and Black for sending this to me. I am not getting paid for this review, so the opinions are all my own. All right, so I received this package and it came like this in the Amazon bag, obviously. And it says it's a Crest medium nib in their rosewood. And on the box, if you're not 100% satisfied, we are not happy either. We'll do everything in our power to ensure your full satisfaction, no questions asked. And there we go. So let's go ahead and open this up. Whoops. Now, one of the things that I did see is that there is a lot that comes in that little box. First is you get 6 cartridges, 3 black, 3, I was going to say medium, 3 black, 3 blue. Then you get the Wordsworth and Black card, which has just a message from their CEO. And then I guess the warranty, quality with integrity. Oh, okay, it's just showing the different colors of their body and the different nibs, and then how to insert the cartridge. Okay, interesting. All right, and then the different writing accessories, and then what it says is not covered under their guarantee. And then a fire warranty extension if it's registered within 10 days of purchase. Interesting. Amongst all of that, you get this, and this is actually what I think is quite nice. It is a wooden, I hate when people on social media do that, but it is a wooden pen case with Wordsworth and Black embossed on there. And if you open it up, you've got the pen. I actually really like this case. I think this is really well done. And then you have the rosewood pen. So this pen is actually a really, really pretty brown orangey color wood. I don't necessarily think I would call it rosewood, but it's more of like a brown orangey color. And you have the Wordsworth and Black logo on the finial, and then the gold finial here, and then you've got a clip which feels a little stiff. And it is a snap cap to reveal the medium nib here. There we go. It looks similar to what's on a Benu Schmidt nib, but it says Genius Iridium Germany, and it's a very small nib. And then you've got actually quite a narrow grip section. And then when you open this, it actually has a converter, which I'm very surprised about, but it does come with a converter. And it's one of those push converters, actually. I've seen one of these in my Platinum Shooting Star, and I like this because you don't have to twist anything. It's just a push up, push down, really easy. So I appreciate that. And then on the inside, you have the metal threads. So this definitely cannot be eyedropper filled, and you've got the metal threads here. So what I'm going to do is just going to dip test this, but looking at this overall pen, it feels actually quite small in my hand. It's a very, very narrow grip section, and then you've got a bit of a step up from the grip to the body, and it feels quite sharp. It's definitely not something that I would prefer, but it does feel, pretty substantial in my hand. And then if you want to post it, that doesn't feel like it's going to post securely. It actually feels like it's going to fall off. Oh, this is interesting. So this, it felt like, was that supposed to look like it came out, or was that like that when I got it? So there we go. So there is the pen, and I don't know how I feel about that size. the grip section to me is one of the most important things. If it's quite small, it's definitely not going to be comfortable for me. But if that isn't a huge deal for you, or you hold your pens up higher here, that might actually work out for you. So before I get into any of the size comparisons or even a writing sample, I'm just going to say I did find this on Amazon, both in Canada and in the US, on amazon.ca. This is available for $42.90, and there are 5 different colors that I see. You have the rosewood, the maple wood, which is kind of like a lighter beige brown, and then you have their cherry wood, which is more orange, and then you also have their brown wood, which is brown, and then you have their black wood, which doesn't really look like wood. It looks more just like a glossy black finish. And then you have the different nib sizes. You have medium and extra fine. Now, I don't know too much about this company, but from what I have seen on other YouTube videos, this looks like it's one of those that is manufactured not necessarily within the States, but when I look at some of the technical details on Amazon, for example, it says the place of business is in Chino, California, but it doesn't necessarily say where these are manufactured. Now, from right off my first impressions, this is not necessarily a pen for me, but if this is your style and you wanted something to step into the fountain pen hobby, then you could certainly give this a try. It is a little bit more expensive than some of your starter pens, but you know, it's something you could certainly give a try. Now I'm going to go ahead and compare this to some other pens in my collection. So there is the Wordsworth and Black Rosewood, and then I'm going to compare it to my TWSBI Eco. It actually looks pretty much the same length as the TWSBI Eco. Then you have the Lamy 2000, again pretty comparable in size. Then the Esterbrook Esty, which is longer than all of those 3. And then for some of the more inexpensive pens, we have the Platinum Preppy, which looks like it's about the same length as the Wordsworth and Black, and then the Pilot Kakuno, which is actually the shortest in the whole bunch of these. So let's look at these uncapped. So there are all of the pens uncapped. It is definitely, actually, it's about the same length as the Lamy 2000 uncapped, but then the TWSBI Eco is one of the longest. It's funny that the Pilot Kakuno was the shortest capped, but then is almost the longest, or among the top 3 and the longest when it is uncapped. Now, in terms of the nib size, it's actually very similar in nib size to the TWSBI Eco, which I believe is a number 4 size nib. And I think then their TWSBI Diamond 580 is a number 5 size nib. And then when you get to the VAC 700, that is a number 6, but correct me if I'm wrong here, but yeah, it is a very small nib compared to the Jowo number 6 nib, which is what nib size I normally prefer. So you can definitely see the difference in there, but you can also see the difference in the grip sections as well, how narrow that grip section is. My preferred grip section is definitely in the Esterbrook Esty, and you can see the difference and how much narrower that is for my grip. Personally, I prefer the size of the Esty in terms of the grip section. So let's go ahead and weigh this pen. Okay, so this pen capped is 31 grams, which doesn't surprise me. It does feel pretty substantial. And then uncapped, if it doesn't roll away too far, is 15 grams. So actually the majority of the weight is there in the cap itself. So I'm going to do a quick dip test using Diamine Ancient Copper. I think that's actually a pretty good match if you're just looking at the label and the color of the pen itself. So this is the Wordsworth and Black, and this is in their rosewood, and this is the medium nib, and that is actually a very smooth medium nib. I don't actually see any issues with that nib whatsoever. So the quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. So that nib actually writes really well. I'm, pleasantly surprised by that. But now with writing, I'm finding that For me, particularly when writing with this pen, the grip section is just too narrow, and the way that I hold my pen, it's sitting right on that step there. So for me personally, it's not very comfortable. It's probably not a pen that I would reach for. And if you wanted to have a pen like this, because it is a good looking pen, I do have to give it that, but it's one of those that really is for a quick jotting down of notes, not one for pages and pages of journaling. But I think if you were looking for something along the lines of something that looks a little bit luxury, that isn't $200, $300, you could certainly look into this Wordsworth and Black rosewood pen. And it's one of those pens that really you can throw it in your bag and not have to worry about, because it didn't cost $200 or $300. So my little quick review on this pen is that, is it for me personally? No, probably not. I find that the body and the grip section are too narrow for me, but the nib writes quite well, and I love the snap cap. Like, I really love the snap cap, and I love the fact that it comes with a converter as well as cartridges. And I also love the way that it is packaged. That pen case is absolutely beautiful. So make what you will of the review of this Wordsworth and Black rosewood pen. And if you have any questions about this specific pen, please let me know down in the comments below. Thank you to Wordsworth and Black for sending this through, and I hope this is helpful for anyone who is planning on making a purchase. Now, I have purchased pens from Amazon before, and for example, I've purchased a Sailor off of Amazon before, and there are some people who ask, is that safe? Are they real? I've had only good experiences from purchasing off of Amazon Canada and Amazon US. So I'm hoping that this will help you in making those decisions. It's absolutely okay to purchase, especially from these, I guess, smaller companies that aren't heard of as much. You can certainly purchase them off Amazon and not have to worry too much about that. All right, but that is it for me. Thank you all so much for watching. If you have any questions, please let me know down in the comments below. Thank you all so much for watching, and have yourselves a great day.